Hey, call me Shape, and today we're reacting to a video titled Make No Excuse for a Woman's Disrespect. Let's get right into the video.
This is Ron coming back at you with yet another car video. Yeah. Make no excuses for a woman's disrespect. And I actually did a sit-down video on that. It'll pop up next week, but you know, we gotta like really stick with that, because I noticed, like, I did a video this week on you know, once a woman disrespects you, it's over. And a bunch of dudes, they're saying, well, what about the kids, what about that? Well, see, they already making excuses, because I'm gonna tell you something now. You know what you do with the kids in a situation where the woman disrespect you? Where the woman disrespect you? Joint custody. Joint custody. Yeah, I went through a divorce, remember that. And one of the things was, I mean, we cool now, but let's just say we weren't cool then. And I went in there, and as soon as I saw the stuff, I was like, joint custody. Now we got unlimited custody now, where, you know, the kid can stay with one of us a week or something. It ain't a big deal. You know? The court's not even involved in it. But that's the first thing you say. Because, see, here's the problem with that, right? Here's the problem with that. A lot of people will say, a lot of dudes will say, well, what about the custody? What about this and that? Man, please. Please, like I said, here for joint custody, because if your boy child sees you being disrespected, guess what type of woman he's gonna get? And then the girl, she gonna look for a guy she can disrespect. She'll pass over guys who got something going on, and immediately go for a guy she can disrespect. You don't let anybody disrespect you. Forget even in relation. Business, whatever. The second you get it, that's a problem. Now, even if you on a job, you know what you do on a job? If you can, you walk off that job. If you can, you start looking for another job. You don't put up with that. Because once a person disrespect you, they going to keep disrespecting you. They going to start doing stuff to you that you ain't going to like. And if you sit there and put up with it, that's why they're gonna keep doing it. But if you let them know, like, under no circumstances will you tolerate it, they ain't gonna shoot. They gonna back up. And yeah, even if you gotta like go to their jaw, because I remember the last day job I had. I was ready to go, because I was ready to go to a manager's jaw. I was ready to go, because I was like, nah, you ain't doing this. You ain't doing this. And then even in situations where you check them, you got to think, hold up, they were thinking about disrespecting me. Hold up, do I want to be in this situation where I might have to fight or something, or I might have to check them hard? See, you got to think about that. Whether it's in relationships, business, whatever. Because once someone disrespects you, once somebody shows you some disrespect, oh, they're going to do some other stuff.
He's absolutely right about this. Shout out to Ron Wills. I've seen his channel before. Good brother. And I know he's recovering from like a heart attack or something. So, man, I hope he gets well. I know it's been like a while, but I see he looking better. He was looking skinnier before. You know, here's my thoughts on disrespect. When it comes to women, you know, I would never date a girl who is even remotely violent, disrespectful, because once that starts, like he said, it gets worse. It gets worse. And you can't change people. But people usually do get worse. That's one. When it comes to jobs and work, I would say that if you don't work in an environment where you even got to think about punching someone if you don't have to. My thoughts are I think all men should be in some form of martial arts since a very small child, whether it's wrestling, boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, some type of martial arts, because you need to have the confidence to walk away, not knowing that you're not walking away because you're a coward and you think you're going to lose, but walking away because it ain't worth it. I've been in so many situations where I wish I walked away because it got worse when I got involved. So my thoughts are be dangerous, but know how to keep that under control. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a loose dude, loose cannon where the minute someone says something, you're off on the rails.
They ain't gonna stop with that. They ain't gonna do it that one time and be like, oh, I'm sorry or something. They're gonna do it again and again and again. That's just the nature of things. That's just how people are. Once they realize they can get away with something with you one time, and this could be in a relationship, business, friendship, shoot, even on the streets. Once they realize they can get away with something with you one time, they're going to do it again and again and again. You got to let them know, no. And yeah, sometimes you might have to go to their jaw. You might have to go to their jaw. I mean, that's just life. That's just life. Because you got to be, first of all, and this is mainly for the men watching this. Mainly for the men who are going to be watching this channel. You gotta be strong in who you are. You gotta be strong in who you are. You gotta be ruthless in who you are. You gotta be like, nah, this person gonna deal with me. It's gonna be respectful. And if it's not respectful, boom. Now, some people will say, well, what if they say they're sorry? What if y'all work it out? Nah, because once that person, because first of all, that person shouldn't have done something to begin with. They need to respect you to the point they don't want to. People are conscious of what they do. People are very conscious of what they do. And you don't have to tolerate it. Like, I use myself for an example, even on these YouTube pages. I get a lot of people who try something. They try to say something. Block. Because I have zero tolerance for it. Because once you allow it one time, then they feel like you're going to allow it again and again. You got to have zero tolerance for stuff. That's why people do stuff. You know?
Yeah, here's a good point. I mean, if you're younger than 18, there's a lot less consequences in physical altercations with other men. When you're older than 18, you could go to jail for it. I got arrested for fighting. One of the biggest regrets of my life. But I learned a great lesson. You know, and that's, you know, if you could walk away from shit, walk away from it. Because trouble's easy to get in, hard to get out. That's just the reality of it. But when you're younger, if you're in high school, you know, you guys, you're going to go through some situations where you got to go through somebody's jaw. I agree with him. You know what I'm saying? And I did it a lot in high school. But you have to kind of nip it at the butt because everyone's trying to figure out who's the one they can mess with. See, my cousins always say, a monkey knows what tree to climb, right? And my barbers always say, I'm not an exit sign. I ain't the dude you could get off on. You know what I'm saying? So you got to let people know you ain't the one. You know, I used to hear people say it all the time. Oh, I ain't the one. Never understood what they meant by it. What they meant by it is whoever you think you can mess with, I ain't him. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're younger, like I said, if you're in high school, whatever, tell your parents that you pick up boxing, wrestling, something, because you need to have the confidence that you could defend yourself and not be a victim to somebody's aggression. You know what I'm saying? If anything, someone's going to be a victim to your aggression. So when I have a little boy, because right now I have, I'm a boxing coach at my gym, and I'm training this young boy. He's about 12 years old, he just turned 13, and he punches hard, man. I really worked him up to where he could punch. He knows how to avoid punches. He got a good jab on him, good cross, good uppercuts, good hooks. And I told him, like, if anybody messing with you, you know what I'm saying, go at him, you know. But he don't want to get in trouble, and I get it. But I'm going to tell my son, if someone messes with you, you know what I'm saying, you can't walk away, lay it on them thick. Let them know, you know what I'm saying, and do in front of people so other people could see not to mess with you. Because you're going to have to go through that. But the original conversation was women, and I think we got to realize is that arguing with a woman is a waste of time because arguments could turn violent fast. So usually when men are asked questions about how to deal with women, what they're really asking is, should they deal with a woman who's aggressive, violent, disrespectful, act them out, be mushing them in the head? No, they shouldn't. The first sign of that, cut it off. The first sign. That's why you shouldn't have kids with somebody that you've been dating for less than a year. You got to date somebody for a couple of years in order to decide whether you can have kids with them. Because you got to look out for signs like this, that she's going to be aggressive and she's going to use the fact that she's a woman to take advantage of the fact that you're a man and that you can't hit her back. So, there's girls like that. They'll put their hands all over you, but the minute you put hands on them back, oh, how dare you put hands on a woman? You just put hands on me. So I'm telling you, young boys, don't mess with any violent woman. Absolutely not. The minute a girl puts hands on you, there is no excuses for it. Don't justify it. You got to be out. And anything. And you see a lot of dudes online, a lot of these red pill dudes, they take a lot of abuse from women and they wonder why they get treated the way they do. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be one of them.
You got to let them know you ain't tolerating it. You ain't putting up with it. Ain't no shame in it. They need to treat you a certain way. And you need to let them know they need to treat you in a certain way. Fuck all that other shit. Because some dudes, it's too many dudes out there. Like, I give you an example. Let me give a relationship example. Nice guys. Nice guys be putting up with a lot of bullshit from these women. But you notice the second that you don't put up with some bullshit from a woman, all of a sudden she's like, oh, he's sexy and everything. Have y'all noticed that shit? As soon as you let a woman know you ain't putting up with her bullshit, as soon as you let her know that, hey, you ain't going for it, all of a sudden she got respect for you. That's how you want to be in life. That's how you want to be. And yeah, some people say, well, y'all can work it out. No. Like I said, you can't work it out. Because if they had some sense, if they had some respect for you, they wouldn't do it. Like, let me use the relationship example again. Like, some women, they're going to disrespect some men. They're going to date, and they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it, right? But then there's going to be some men that they'll never even think about doing it with, because the man, they're going to take one look at the man and know, you know what, he ain't going to put up with this. Let me not try him. So hold up. That means they were conscious of the disrespect. Right? They were conscious of it. If they conscious of it with one, then they can be conscious of it with the other one. So,
and that's facts. Listen, I've been through it before. I remember my friend, he bagged this girl at a bar, and he was going to go back to her place, and she had a roommate, and he's like, yo, come along with me. I'm like, all right, I'll go along with y'all. So we go back to the place, and right away, I could tell the roommate's acting a little aggressive towards me. She literally smacked me. Not hard, but she smacked me. Just, I guess she wanted to test to see if I was like, going to just take that shit. And I just looked at her. I grabbed her by the hand. I'm like, don't you ever put your effing hands on me ever again. I said it stern just like that. I said, don't you ever put your effing hands on me ever again. I wasn't joking. I wasn't laughing. It wasn't the hardest smack. It was a light kind of tap. I don't think it was jokingly. I think she was trying me. And I let it be known right away, don't you ever do that. She didn't do it the rest of the night, but she was trying some other shit. And the point I'm trying to make to you is you need to have some boundaries. that the minute someone crosses these boundaries, you got a response for that. Okay? And like I said, if you could walk away from situations, walk away. 100%. But you got to know where the boundary is. I'm walking away prior to the hands being put on me. You put hands on me, you know, there is no walking away now. Now if you want to dance, now we going to dance. You see what I'm saying? If you're going like this, I can walk away from that. I don't care what it is. You could drop the M-bomb with a hard R. I don't care what it is. I could be in a road rage scenario, a dude running his mouth. Cool. Run your mouth. Cool. I don't even care. What they say, sticks and stone breaks my bones, but words will never hurt me. Remember what we learned as kids. For real, keep it like that. I'll let people get their mouth off. But the minute someone puts hands on you, that's the boundary where, oh no, now we got to dance. And that's kind of how I am. You know what I'm saying? So have your boundaries clearly outlined for you. And don't make no exceptions for nobody. I don't make any exceptions for that type of... That's the kind of disrespect that I have zero tolerance for. You can run your mouth. You can talk your ish. Cool. But the minute things get physical, and for when it comes to women, I just let them know sternly as hell. Don't you ever do this. And let me tell you something. If they do it again, cut them off. There is no second time. The second time it happens, they're done. Okay? And don't even say it plainly. And I'm saying this because I know a lot of men, they just take it because they try to be understanding and this and that. Bro, no. Unless you want to be in an abusive relationship, then go ahead. But me, I don't want to be in a relationship like that because that happens one too many times and there's a strong likelihood that I'm going to snap. And I don't need to be snapping on no woman. Neither do you. So just don't tolerate it. Honestly. I don't think anybody should be putting hands on anybody, especially your lover. Your girl, you're supposed to be protecting your girl. Your girl, your family, these are the people you're supposed to protect and love. It should be no handsiness with that shit at all. Y'all not adversaries. Y'all not opponents. Y'all teammates, for real. So I'll let a girl know that, nah, you know what I'm saying? Her putting hands on me is like me putting hands on myself. Hell no. I'm not going to be smacking my head against the wall, nor is she going to be smacking my head either. So, yeah, don't tolerate disrespect. I agree with Ron Mills on that. I'm going to put his link to his channel in the description. Also, link to this video. Check out the rest of the video. Some good stuff. I mess with Ron Mills. But besides that, like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.